Subgenius Sunday School. The story of Job. One day, Job was working at his job, inputting information onto papyrus scrolls at the old Impartantco, Mesopotamia division. He hated his job, but was afraid to quit as his bitch of a wife and kids had run up all his credit cards. One day, at his lunch break, Job was approached by a tall, strangely dressed man. It was J.R. Bob Dobbs. "I hear you hate your job, Job," said Bob, "but for the price of 30 shekels, I can show you how to quit your job and slack off." This got Job's attention. "But what about all that debt my wife and the damned kids ran up?" Bob just giggled. "With my patented system, you can escape all your troubles, your old debts, and start a new life." "Sounds like a winner," said Job, and handed Bob all his cash. "Okay," said Bob, handing Job a piece of paper, "just go to this address and ask to sign up." Job saw the address was in the next village and immediately started off. The big boss, seeing Job not going back to his shackles, yelled across the slave branding department, "Job, what the fuck do you think you're doing? Get back to your cell and get me next month's torture estimates." Job yelled back to the big boss, "Go to hell. I quit my job for Bob." The big boss yelled back, "You'll be sorry you ever crossed the big boss. You'll see." And Job continued his journey. As he walked along, he saw his wife waddling her fat ass down the street, dressed in a large purple toga. "Why aren't you at work?" she asked. "I quit my job for Bob," said Job happily. "But how am I going to pay the bills for the 6 boxes of instant noodles and the belly dancing lessons?" screamed his wife. "Not my problem anymore," said Job with a big smile. "Bob takes care of all that now." Off went Job down the road. After a while he came upon his youngest son, Mikey. Mikey was hiding behind some bushes watching the little boys at the local school bathe in the river, all while masturbating furiously. Mikey saw his dad and jumped up and asked for money. "I need that money to buy the latest issue of the Flat World Net Daily and to buy some candy to reward my little friends at the school." Job just shook his head. "Sorry, but I quit my job for Bob. Now I guess you have to go work at the vomitorium to get your own money." And with that, Job continued down the road. As he passed his house, he heard his other son, Marty, calling him from the basement window. "Hey Dad, can you stop by the Del Gordo Emporium of Pork Testicles to get me some fried testicles? I would go myself, but I cannot fit through the door anymore, and my man boobs are swollen." Job, not breaking stride, yelled over his shoulder, "Sorry buttface, I quit my job for Bob and you will have to get your own pork testicles from now on." Job continued down the road until he got to the next town, where he found the address and quickly signed his name on the papyrus sheets. Not soon after did Job discover he had signed up for the Foreign Legion. And there he was, flogged, forced marched across the desert in stifling heat, forced to eat snails, and taught French. Then one day, in the middle of a fierce battle, as his comrade fell to the left and to the right of him, he stopped and realized that he was still better off than back at his old job. And that is how Job retired after 20 years and spent the rest of his days in Paris, painting. And that is also how Bob won the award as Recruiter of the Year for the French Foreign Legion.